asshole. Fucking jerk. Eat shit. You're an asshole.
I've never changed the batteries in 30 years. I think that it's going to last forever. Like some people think I am. This is full of, like back in the 1700s, 1800s, they used to put sniff in their handkerchiefs, and they used to wear their handkerchiefs here, which wasn't considered feminine. And so now I've got it loaded up as some kind of antibiotic or something that hocus pocus that Sally's come up with. Okay, questions first before we get Fiddler? Any questions?
I'm good right now, just twitching a little bit.
Just twitching.
When we exit the deal, are we paying off the debt?
No, it depends on what kind. If you do a IPO exit, all the debts, everything switches to the public entity that's gone public. And so it's not likely. Now, some of the proceeds from the public offering may pay down debt. Some of the proceeds from the public offering will go to pay some shareholders if you have arranged it that way with the investment bank. Remember, I talked about structuring your ownership and whether you have restricted stock or non-restricted stock. But if you exit to ABC company, they may tell you, okay, we're only going to buy if they came through here, they're going to say, we only want to buy the assets, we don't want to buy the debt. So it'll be up to you to pay off the debt. It depends on what kind of exit. If they just throw you out like a Cambodian slime ball that you are, you won't have anything to do with the debt. The good news is when I got thrown out back in January 1992, I walked away from all that. All I did is take my stock. So the good news is after you're already public and they throw you out on your butt, then you literally walk away. You walk away from the asset base, you walk away from the revenue stream, the cash flow, and you walk away from the debt. And what you have, if you're a public company, you have the public stock that is worth something in some stock exchange. I had, tens of millions of shares of stock that is worth quite a bit of money under most people's guidelines. Did I answer your question? There's another question? Yes.
Question on the affirmations. We use very positive language in the affirmations, right? How come, or what is the reason you use, or we all by now, use very strong language?
You mean like fuck, shit?
Yes.
Well, first of all, it works. And I only do things that work here. Even though I get many barbs on YouTube about the language I use. What they don't know, and what you've been shown, all the luminaries that we talked about this week use the same kind of language. Elon Musk's favorite word is fuck. Okay? And it shows, one, your energy. Two, it shows your commitment. It shows that you're not just a person that can't be, that you're not a person that can be taken for granted. The way you've been trained in modern religion, etc., says that you want to be liked. I want to be effective, guys. I don't give a fuck if you like me. I can't emphasize that enough. And the more you come to my end of the continuum, you're not going to be like me ever. I understand that. You're not going to be like Donald Trump or Patton or any of these guys ever. But the more we can scoot you towards that end of the continuum, the more effective you'll be. The more that people will take you as an individual that can't be taken advantage of. If I tell George something, and I know he's got a strong personality, even if he's not an alpha male, I'm not going to postpone it till Monday when I can get it done Friday. And they take you seriously when you use bad language. And I'm not saying that's right, wrong, or indifferent, but I'm just telling you that's how it is. And if you think any different, you haven't been exposed to high performance people. Now, there's 2%, although I'm told Henry Kissinger says bad words. I've never heard him say a bad word, so I can't say it. Okay. I know my mentees all say bad words. They may not be as rough as I am, but then again, there's only arguably one or two alpha males in my group. These guys, I mean, if you don't think Attila the Hun or fucking Stalin or any of these guys, George Patton didn't use bad words, you haven't read about them, and you haven't followed their careers. But the harsher, the more unrealistic your goals, when you put them into affirmations, the more they'll resonate in your subconscious. And we've already gone through what words like nice mean back in the 14th, 15th century. The derogatory thing to say, George was a nice guy. And now it's changed dramatically. Like in that movie, the two worst words are nice job. And good is the enemy of the great. And I don't think we're going to see President-elect Trump, or when he's president, using foul language up there. But as he said on that tape from 2005 about, the women and the starlets, he didn't say anything that 99.9% of the men that are on the fucking planet Earth have not thought and said themselves, well, I'd like to fuck her as she walks by. Maybe not out loud, but under your breath. Right, Irish? You fucking right. And I know women, they may not admit it, boy, I'd like him to bed me. Or the way they used to a long, long time ago, they say, I'd like him to park his fucking shoes under my bed. Now, what the fuck's the difference? What in the fuck is the difference? It's, even the most mild-mannered women, and I'll take a lot of shit from this, they're having sex and says, oh, fuck me, fuck me, fuck. I mean, Jesus Christ, what's the difference? Fuck me harder. What is the difference? Of course, they're saying that in the privacy of their bedroom, and people say that in the privacy of bedrooms, well, there is a mindset out there that people talk that way, not just in the privacy of their bedrooms. When you go back and you study the Vikings, for example, or the Picts, which the Scots are derivatives of, so they tell me. Yeah, something happened someplace along the lines. I mean, they were vulgar, uncouth people. Now look at the mild-mannered, especially you. You look so serene, like butter would melt in a goddamn mouth. I got a feeling that it's not true. I have the feeling, I'm not positive, but I have that feeling. And it's just, but if it's not your personality, don't do it. Because the worst thing that can happen is for them to think you're fake. If that's not you, then don't do it. But all of you in this room could be more assertive without using bad words. Every single one of you can be more assertive. And that's just a form of ultimate assertion. Okay. Yes, sir.
We talked about
I bet you if I had opium or something, I would really... Yeah, pass it around. Go ahead.
We talked about how for some of us, we're basically going to make our money on our exit through our personal exit from the company when we end up going to private equity and so on. Okay, is there anything specific in the way that transaction needs to be structured for us? I mean, for example...
Well, I mean, when you go to your crack KPMG or your crack lawyers, they're going to ask you what your end goal is. Exit. And they're going to say, what kind of exit? And you're going to say, whatever the market dictates at the time. But preferably an IPO. So then they're going to finger fart around with it and structure it so you can do that as an IPO.
I'm saying no. I'm talking about our personal exit from the company when we.
Oh, when they throw you out.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's how some of us.
That's not the planned exit, guys. Getting thrown out is not the planned exit.
But I mean, we were talking, and you said.
Ah, goddamn! I'm not teaching you this, YouTube. That the planned exit is to get your head cut off and thrown out in the street.
No, but when our deals get large enough that we go to private equity and they want to buy us out or exit, yeah. That's how we'll make our money on our first deal before we have a track record.
That's one of the ways. Yeah.
Okay, so are there specific things or kind of lingo that we need to be aware of and how to structure that transaction where they buy us out?
No, well, you can in your partnership agreement, in your rules of incorporation. That, this has only happened a couple of times, upon entry of private equity, Michael gets bought out. You can make that part of the partnership agreement. I've only seen it done a couple of times, but I mean, you can do it. And all the board agree. Upon entry of private equity, or hedge fund, a bunch of words. Just make sure you're describing all forms of private equity. Fiddler gets bought out.
This is like a straight cash for stock though deal, right?
But you're going to be okay. Private equity is going to be buying on the low ball, on the low end. They're not going to be paying the big multiples that we want. So I mean, unless they want to, they're absolutely going to throw you out. I've also seen one time. Upon entry private equity, fiddler on the roof gets 2 times book or 3 times book. So you got it built in. Now, private equity would scream like, stuck pigs about that. But if that's part of the partnership agreement, if they want the deal, then they're going to pay you. But that is in my judgment, that is the glass is half full, half empty instead of half full. You're already deciding that you're going to get thrown out on your butt before you may not get thrown out on your butt. You may actually develop into a real person, you may actually develop into a real human being. And but I mean, and they may not want to throw you out because you are smart, Adam. There's no question about that. And you may be able to actually transfer those smarts into something productive. Wouldn't that be a miracle? But miracles happen. And so I wouldn't sell myself short.
Okay, thank you.
You too, YouTube.
Well, there's a difference between me and them. I mean,
slight, but one, you're here. 2, you're smarter than 99.9% of the guys watching. And got called, hey, you're my nigga again a couple of times. I'm assuming that's a compliment. Instead of you're my Nazi, what they are. I think it's more politically correct to be called you're my nigga than you're my Nazi. Because under just about any set of circumstances, Nazis aren't a good thing. They weren't a good thing then, and I don't believe they're a good thing now. But I'm sure a lot of the skinheads that are my devotees would differ with that. But don't sell yourself short, guys. Once you get past the first transaction, it's tough to shake you out. I mean, so do everything humanly possible to stay through the first transaction. If they take you out before the first transaction, I mean, you're going to get a low multiple, you're going to get nothing. And you may even literally get nothing. Okay, YouTube, we'll see you later. Thank you. Goodbye.